Om Jnanatimanasya Jananjana Shlakaya Chakshramritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachari Desatarane Om Jnanatimanasya Jananjana Shlakaya Chakshramritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svamabhgadamyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Shri Yuda Padakamanam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupam Jagajatam Sakanrachnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjanasaitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakanalita Shivishakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jatpate Gopesha Gopka Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kansana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanashvre Vishabhana Sutadevi Pranamama Hari Priya Vancha Kalptrabhasha Kripasin Bhivsha Patnam Pavanabhyo Vaishnabhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pacharni Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachai Desatarani Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yat Vaishnavam Priyam Yasmin Paramam Sham Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraha Bhakta Saitam Nashkam Avishkritam Tatshrimvan Supatam Viracharana Paro Bhaktya Vimochan Namaha. The Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Purana. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the process of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion. Anyone who sincerely tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam and who properly hears and chants it with devotion becomes completely liberated. Today we continue our study from the 10th canto, Chapter 18, Lord Balaram slays the demon Pralamba. So we have heard yesterday the beautiful description of the forest of Vrindavan. And then the coward boys entering Vrindavan, playing in various ways, imitating the birds, the monkeys, and so on. And also, it was mentioned in the purport, sometimes they have pastimes with the gopis. They present themselves as tax collectors. And then they have an exchange with the gopis. So, before we go in the second half of this chapter, I was thinking it would be good first to read from Danakeli Kaumudi. So this is the pastime of Krishna, and the cowboys acting as tax collectors for the gopis. This Danakira Komudi was written by Rupa Goswami, but was after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya. Raghunath Das Goswami was devastated. He came to Vrindavan and was received by the other Goswamis, but he wanted to end his life. He was not eating anything anymore. Every 2 days he was eating 1 leaf cup of yogurt dye. But Rupa Goswami had just written this drama. It's a drama. It's Tanakira Komudi, and he gave it for proofreading to Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami was reading it and was feeling intense joy, and that helped them to come over the deep feelings of separations of the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya. So I will read it myself, a few pages of this pastime. It gives us a glimpse into the spiritual emotions, joyful emotions that appear in our heart just by hearing them. It is quite written in eloquent English, so I will read it myself, because some sentences, if English is not your first language, then it may be a little difficult to understand, but I will try to simplify it. Let's see. I have it here. Okay, that's something else. That Upgaswami Dana Keli. Yeah, I have it. That moment, I share it again. So it's in the middle of the drama that so Krishna and the coward boys have stopped the gopis to collect tax. And they have a discussion. The gopis don't agree. They are not agreeing. That so they are opposing Krishna and his coward boys. And that let's see. That so I'm reading. So Radharani is speaking. Who is the questual of the bold and reckless? Who is the person who even with only words will try to collect a toll from the girls of Gokul, especially from the girls who worship the sun god? So the gopis, they were sent out to worship the sun god, Surya Puja, every day. And that had to be done in the forest. And they were collecting paraphernalia that they were instructed to do so by their mothers-in-law. Because their mothers-in-law, they went to Madhumangala, Krishna's Brahman friend, and asked Madhumangal, and said to Madhumangal, you know, our daughters-in-law, they have really no interest in their husbands. Is there any way we can rekindle that interest in their husband? Do we have a jagya also that we can perform Yaga Brahman? And Madhumangal said, yeah, of course. You just give me first a few ladus and I will give you the formula. Of course, Mother Mangal knew that all these gopis were kept in the house because they were not allowed to go out during the day, because their mothers-in-law were afraid that they would meet Krishna in the forest. So Mother Mangal said, yes, there is a formula. You can do a Surya Puja. You send out your daughters-in-law. You send them out to the forest to collect paraphernalia for Surya Puja, and then they should do worship of the sun god every day at noontime. So therefore, Radharani says here, you will try to collect 12 from us, girls of Gokul, but we are the girls who worship the sun gods, she said. And Krishna was smiling. O girl with the beautiful face, Radharani, I will teach you good manners. Doe-eyed girls should not speak so boldly when the glorious king of the forest gardens is present. So Krishna presented himself as the king of the forest, and he was asking tax, because it's his property. Of course, everything is Krishna's property. Then Radha speaks to Lalita and said, friend Lalita, you have fallen into the hands of an arrogant, crooked toll collector. It is not good to be gentle with him. And then Krishna said to his friend Subal, Subal, you heard the hard thunderbolt of her words? This is very bad, very bad. This girl, filled with the pride of youth, calls me, who am the crowned ruler of the kingdom of this toll station, an ordinary person, a mere toll collector, a leader of the cunning cheaters. Then Lalita says, it is not surprising that this toll collector in the fearsome forest is always embraced by a flute full of holes, a hard stick, and a crooked curved buffalo horn bugle. Subal. Drunken, babbling fools, you should not insult the king of all generous men. Radha replies, even if he is a king, what is he to us? How can the king of snakes succeed in attacking a mongoose? Even biting the animal with his teeth, the snake will not attain anything good. Krishna speaking. Girl with the crooked sidelong glance, you speak words that please my heart. Listen to this. O Radha, your graceful form is like Lord Shiva's. He carries a crescent moon on his head, but your forehead is a crescent moon. His body is covered with ashes, and yours is glorious with great splendor. His eyes glisten with fire, but your eyes glisten as they gaze on the path where Krishna will come. He is accompanied by Kartikeya, and you are accompanied by Vishaka. With the fire of a sidelong glance, he burned Kamadev to ashes. With the effulgence of your sight-long glance, you make the passions of Kamadev come to life. O Radha, because your form is like Lord Shiva, in all these ways, please accept me as the rake who will be your king of snakes. And Lalita. Krishna, Lalita is a cunning deer, not easily caught in your traps. This your friends know well. Give up your useless arrogance. So it continues like that. So between the playing, the coward boys, they have their pastimes with the gopis around noontime somewhere. So if you want to read that you can download the PDF from ISKCON Desire Tree. It's available there. But now, before we continue for the rest of the pastime, we will hear a little more from Nectar of Devotion about his fraternal love. So I will bring Nectar of Devotion on the screen. Let's see, here it is, just a moment. Share. It's there. So there are two chapters 41 and 42, dealing with fraternal love. Chapter 42 is fraternal loving affairs. There in the beginning, Srila Prabhupada, of course it's based on Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, more than 2000 verses, and our Nectar of Devotion is a summary of that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So Srila Prabhupada writes, Krishna, his age is divided into three periods: Kaumara, Poganda, and Kaishora. So the age from 6 to 10 years is called Poganda. That's the age where he has his cowboy pastimes, and we are near the end of these pastimes, this Poganda section of the 10th canto. So we will not read about the Kamara age, but about the Poganda age. Can someone read this paragraph which is on the screen? Krishna's Poganda age. Thank you.
Krishna's Poganda age can be further divided into three periods, namely the beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning of Poganda age, there is a very nice reddish luster on his lips. His abdomen is very thin, and on his neck are circles like those on a conch shell. Sometimes some outside visitor would return to Vrindavana to see Krishna, and upon seeing him again, will exclaim, My dear Kunda, your beauty is gradually increasing, just like the leaf on a banyan tree. My dear lotus, I want. Your neck is gradually manifesting circles like those of the conch shell. And in the shining moonlight, your teeth and cheeks are competing with the Padmaraga jewels in a beautiful arrangement. I'm sure that your beautiful bodily development is now giving much pleasure to your friends.
Okay, that's Krishna's Poganda age. Now we will see further. So, can someone read this purport? Yes. The cowherd friends?
The cowherd friends of Krishna were so happy in his company that they expressed their transcendental feelings within themselves thus: Dear Krishna, you are always busy tending the cows which are scattered all over beautiful Vrindavan. You have a beautiful garland, a small conch shell, a peacock feather on your turban, yellow colored cloth, decorations of Karnikara flowers on your ears, and a Mallika flower garland on your chest, appearing so beautiful when you pretend, just like an actor, to be fighting with us. And you give us unlimited transcendental bliss.
So that's a description of the first part of the Poganda age, and now from the middle part of the Poganda age, can someone read the next two sentences?
When Krishna is more grown up, in the middle age of Pauganda, his nails become finely sharp and his chubby cheeks become lustrous and round. On the two sides of his waist, above his belt, there are three distinct lines of folded skin called Trivali.
Yes. So in next paragraph we have a description of his appearance at middle-aged Poganda. Can someone read this paragraph?
The cowherd boy friends of Krishna felt very proud of their association with him. At the time, the tip of his nose depicted the beauty of sesame flower. The luster of his cheek depicted the glow of love, and the two sides of his body were exquisitely beautiful.
Exquisitely.
Exquisitely.
No, it's exquisitely.
Exquisitely
Yeah.
beautiful. In this age, Krishna wore a silk dress that glittered like lightning. His head was decorated with a silk turban covered with a gold lace, and in his hand he carried a stick about 56 inches long. Seeing this exquisitely beautiful dress of Krishna, one devotees addressed his friend in this manner. My dear friend, just look at Krishna. See how he is carrying in his hand a stick which is wound up and down with a golden ring. How he is turban with a golden lace is serving such a beautiful luster, and how his dress is giving his friends and the highest transcendental pleasure.
Very beautiful, thank you. Beautiful appearance. Now, the end of the Paganda age. Can someone read?
At the end of Krishna's Pauganda age, Krishna's hair sometimes hang down to his hips, and sometimes it becomes scattered. In this age, his two shoulders become higher and broader, and his face is always decorated with the marks of tilaka. When his beautiful hair scatters over his shoulders, it appears to be a goddess of fortune embracing him, and this embracing is highly relished by his friends. Subala once addressed him in this way: My dear Keshava, your round turban, the lotus flower in your hand, the vertical marks of tilaka on your forehead, your kumkuma scented musk, and all of your beautiful bodily features are defeating me today. Although I'm usually stronger than you or any of our friends, since this is so, I do not know how these features of your body can fail to defeat the pride of all the young girls of Vrindavan. When I am so defeated by this beauty, what chance is there for those who are naturally very simple and flexible?
Thank you. So, we have heard the three descriptions of the three Paganda ages that so we see further here. This is can someone read this paragraph? Who is next to read?
Attention Prabhu. Next reader, please continue. Bhakti Priya Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna and pronunciation proper. Krishna played with his intimate friends, sometimes by fighting or wrestling with their arms, sometimes by playing ball, and sometimes by playing chess. Sometimes they carried one another on their shoulders, and sometimes they exhibited their expertness at whirling logs. And the cowherd friends used to please Krishna by sitting together with him on couches or on swings, by lying together on their beds, by joking together, and by swimming in the pool. All these activities are called Anubhava. Whenever all the friends Whenever all the friends would assemble in the company of Krishna, they would immediately engage in all these functions, especially in dancing together. Regarding their wrestling, one friend once asked Krishna, "My dear friend, O killer of the Aga demon, you are very proudly wandering among your friends, trying to exhibit your arms as very strong. Is it that you are envious of me? I know that you cannot defeat me in wrestling, and I also know that you are sitting idly for a long time because you are hopeless of defeating me."
Yeah, that's Sridham. He wrestles with Krishna and always wins. That, yeah, okay. Many pastime of the gopis here. That it is a pastime of the friends of Krishna who served as messenger from the gopis. Can someone read this?
Sometimes they used to snatch his. Sometimes one would try to induce another to decorate his body for him, and failing this, they were already ready to fight. They were always ready to fight, challenging one another to combat in wrestling. These were some of the general activities of Krishna and his friends.
Yeah, and his next
Yeah.
paragraph.
Okay, so another important pastime of the friends of Krishna was that they served as messengers to and from the gopis. They introduced the gopis to Krishna and canvassed for Krishna. When the gopis were in disagreement with Krishna, these friends would support Krishna's side in his presence. But but when Krishna was not present, they would support the side of the gopis. In this way, sometimes supporting one side, sometimes of the other, they would talk very privately, with much whispering in the ears. Although none of the business was very serious.
Yeah, not so serious, but just for the rasa, the exchange of emotion. That anyway, that you can read the other parts also, but we will read a few more. Can someone read this paragraph? When Krishna and Subal.
Krishna. When Krishna and Subala were embracing one another, Srimati Radharani became a little envious and hiding her hot temperament, she said, "My dear Subala, you are very fortunate because even in the presence of superiors, you and Krishna have no hesitation in putting your arms on each other's shoulders. I think it must be admitted that in your previous lives, you have succeeded in many kinds of austerities. The idea is that although Radharani was accustomed to putting her arms on Krishna's shoulders, it was not possible for her to do such a thing in the presence of her superiors, whereas Subala could do so freely. Radharani therefore praised his good fortune."
Okay, thank you. That yeah, that the Pandavas is also, but we are interested in the coward voice as Vatam. That yeah. Okay, this paragraph, there is another instance of ecstatic love for Krishna in friendship.
Jai Jagdish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
There is another instance of ecstatic love for Krishna in friendship. Once, when a coward boy named Rishabha was collecting flowers from the forest to prepare a garland to be offered to Krishna, the sun reached its zenith, and although the sunshine was scorching hot, Rishabha felt it to be like the moonshine. Thus, the way of rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. When devotees are put into great difficulties, even like the Pandavas as described above, they feel all their miserable condition to be great facilities for serving the Lord.
Yeah, well, that's great. We cannot imitate that. So we have, yeah, let's see. Yeah, Patri.
One servant of Krishna named Patri once addressed him like this: My dear Lord, You protected the cowherd boys from the hunger of the Agashura demon, and you protected them from the poisonous effects of the Kaliya snake. And you also saved them from the fierce forest fire. But I am suffering from your separation, which is more severe than the hunger of Agashura, the poison of Lake Kaliya, and the burning of the forest fire. So, why should you not protect me from the pangs of separation? Another friend once told Krishna, my dear enemy of Kamsa, since you have left us, the heat of separation has become extraordinary, and this heat is felt more severely when we understand that in Bhandiravana you are being refreshed by the waves of the cooling river known as Bhanutanaya, Radharani. The purport is that when Krishna was engaged with Radharani, the cowherd boys headed by Subala were feeling great separation, and that was unbearable for them.
Thank you. Let's see. We are nearly at the end, I think. Another friend. Yeah. Matua. Kamsa, Matua, Kanda, Bhima. Yeah, all other pastimes. Okay. We will now continue with where we left up last time. Okay. Think I have first to bring it on the screen. Yeah, then canto. Okay. It's not appearing. Just a moment.
Alright, I have some question.
Yeah, just let me solve that technical issue first. This post. That's the wrong one. Just a moment. Okay, try again. Yeah, it's here. Yes, here. Who had the question?
Alright. These two incidences, what we read just now, we completed the reading. That one incident is that when Krishna was intimated, that moment of intimacy with Subala, that time Radharani expressed that he was very fortunate so that he got that chance. And again here, his friends are in separation when they are in separation when Krishna is intimacy in Radharani. So are these the symptoms of enviousness? This is my question.
This is the symptom of
Envy. Are the what the envy? Why Radharani envy that was he envious that Subal is intimated with Krishna, and again here his friends that Krishna is intimated with the Radharani, so they are feeling the separation. That time whether they have the feelings of enviousness. That is my question.
yes, there is this there are these transcendental feelings of jealousy, but it's different from the envy of this world. If we are envious in this world, we think, oh, this person is enjoying so much and I feel sorry because I want to enjoy. And spiritual envy is different. Oh, this devotee is serving Krishna so nicely that I feel sorry for that. I want to serve also Krishna so nicely in that way. So that's themselves is not in the center. Krishna is in the center. So yes, that is spiritual envy. That what is in this world is coming from the spiritual world. If there is envy in this world, there must be envy in the spiritual world. But this spiritual envy, it's of a different nature, complete different nature. So this is yes. Does that help?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Then we continue with text 15 now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kvashit Shadachtura Plaver Vivider Upahasakai. Kadachit Yandolikaya. Kirichinipashastaya. The translation. Can someone read the translation? The purport, please.
Yes, Krishna Maharaj. Translation. They would sometimes jump around like frogs, sometimes play various jokes, sometimes ride and sing, and sometimes imitate monarchs. Purport. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains the word Nripa Cheshtaya as follows. In Vrindavan, there was a particular place on the river bank where people who wanted to cross the Yamuna would pay a small tax. At times, the cowherd boys would assemble in this area and prevent the young girls of Vrindavan from crossing the river, insisting that they had to pay a customs duty first. Such activities were full of joking and laughter.
So we heard about these pastimes in the beginning. Good. That fifth, yeah. Yeah, Sanatana Goswami. Can someone read this Sanatana Goswami's purport?
They would cause laughter by imitating various things or assuming various forms which were famous or present among the people, with particular descriptive elements to define them.
Thank you. 16.
Maharaj,
Yes.
this Poganda, end of this Poganda means they might be that time 9 or 10 years of age. So that age and these actions, what they are doing now, is it that age? In this age now, and in our time now, 9 and 10 years of old boy or 7, 8 years old boy, they don't do this type of activities.
Yes.
So
yes.
So that is was it a mature, premature? Is it not that premature age they are doing that one? Krishna's pastimes.
So in this pastime is at the end of the Poganda age. So it's the end of it. So 9, 10
that is
years.
9 or 10 years, 9 years
Yeah.
or 10 years.
Yeah,
of course.
that's correct. But we have also to consider that, especially Krishna was advanced on his age. He looked older already than normally 10 years. Goes after that comes the guy's showing age. When he was 11 or so, or 11 and a half, when he had the pastime of the rasa dance with the gopis and so on. And after that he killed Kamsa. Okay. Thank you.
So this pastimes Maharaj, that what it happened, these were transcendental. But we have seen earlier also that what they were playing this when they were childish, that childish activities, that is present in the previous chapter. We have gone through that. It is present now, present boys also. Nowadays that in our childs we have seen this activity. So these pastimes, 9 or 10 years of age is what the pastimes the Lord has done. And now at present age, if our child do that one, so how it is not, we don't accept it in normal way. We try to
forbid them that not to mix with those young girls and try to avoid them. So how that if once Lord has done that one, that pastance activities, and here it is the just a mirror of this material world. So we are supposed to allow them to these activities?
Can you repeat your question in a simple way? You said a lot of things, but I don't get the essence what you are asking.
I'm asking that Lord, what activities, what He has done at the age of 9 or 10, can we allow our child to these activities now in this age? This is my question.
Some things of Krishna's pastimes we can imitate, other things not. And that so normally there was a strict separation, and that is a fact in the culture. In the Vedic culture, there was a strict separation. A young girl could not even look at a young boy. And that so of course these are Krishna's pastimes. That it's Krishna is not. He does not need to follow this culture. But for the sake of his pastimes, he has this relationship with the gopis in that way. But in the Vedic culture, that was not allowed. Therefore they were kept inside, by their mothers-in-law and so on. There was a very strict separation of the sexes, also from a young age. So girls and boys would not play together. So that is the standard, and we should not imitate what Krishna does. Some things we can follow, but some things we cannot follow, and that requires discrimination. So we should not take these pastimes as a way to decide what we are Krishna, what we should our children allow. No, that's not the purpose of this pastime. Purpose is the relationship with Krishna. So yes, does that help?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, text 16. Evam taloka siddhabi kridabi serato vane natradidrani kunyeshu kamaneshu sahasarasucha. In this way, Krishna and Balaram played all sorts of well-known games as they wandered among the rivers, hills, valleys, bushes, trees, and lakes of Vrindavan. Can someone read the purport of Shiva Goswami? No need to read the Sanskrit, but read the translation of the verse that mentions in the purport.
Droni means valleys between the mountains. Shiva Goswami, 10.18.16. They would wander in forests by rivers in the mountains, the valleys, Droni, and groves. This is the meaning according Trikanda Shesha. They wandered in Vrindavana, Vani, and the groves, Kananeshu, within it, such as Kamya Kavana. The two boys' dress is described in Harivamsa.
Yeah, and now here, the translation.
With shining faces, Krishna and Balarama would herd and huge group of cows. While looking for forests with fresh grass, they played sand and observed the trees. They called the cows and calves by name. They looked splendid with milking robes
over their shoulders. They had garlands on their chests. They were like young bulls with newly grown horns. They were dressed in golden and blue cloth, each looking like the other. They were like a black cloud and a white cloud ornamented with rainbows. They had fuchsia flowers as attractive ear ornaments. Dressed in forest attire, the two wandered on the forest path.
Yeah, beautiful description from Harry Vamsa, text 17. Pasum Sarayato Gopai Statvani Rama Krishna Yo. Goparupi Pralambogat Ashura Stach Chihir Saya. Now Pralambasur comes on the scene. Can someone read the translation and the purport?
Yes, Maharaj, Hare Krishna. Fine words. While Rama, Krishna, and their cowherd friends were thus tending the cows in the Brahman forest, the demon Pralamba entered their midst. He had assumed the form of a cowherd boy with the intention of kidnapping Krishna and Balaram. Purport. Having described how Krishna and Balaram acted just like ordinary boys, Sukadeva Goswami will now read one of the Lord's transcendental pastimes that is beyond the range of human activity. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the demon Pralamba disguised himself as a particular cowherd boy who on that day had remained at home with duties to perform. Do I read further, Maharaj?
No.
Thank you.
I wanted to discuss here the inner attitude of Pralamba. Pralamba, he came into the association of devotees, but with strong material motives. That he did not come to become a devotee. He did not come to make spiritual advancement. He was not interested in developing pure devotional service. So in our movement we see sometimes, one temple president in America told me there was a pujari, was a devotee who was not a pujari, he came to assist a temple in America, in the United States, to do service. And he did service for 5 years, but his purpose was not to become a devotee. His purpose was to move to America and to get a green card. And after 5 years, he got his green card, and the day he got his green card, he was driving away from the temple. Bye-bye. This is like Pralamba. They disguise themselves as devotees, but they come to our movement with their own purposes. And Pralamba was like that. He was an associate, a friend of Kamsa, and and he came factory to kill Krishna, but Krishna had killed already so many demons, so he was thinking, let's start with Balaram. Yes, Ananda Delay Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, I have one doubt and question regarding the Pralamba Asura.
Yeah.
You take part in the Kobas recruit the group. Like no ordinary person want to take a part in Krishna, Leela, anything. They have some pious activities of devotee. Must be having some devotions. But Pralamba is as a demon, he can take part in a part of a Kobas inside. Maybe can be one of the Gobas live with them. How Maharaj this I cannot understand properly. Can I explain only?
Yeah, That is interesting what you are saying, that they must have got some pious past to take part in Krishna's pastimes, even if they play the role of the demon. That because it's a great opportunity to associate with Krishna. Yes, but we see the moment now, this Pralamba. What was this Pralamba in his previous life? But I don't know. Maybe someone knows if it is in the scripture somewhere was Pralamba in his previous life. But we see only the picture, the moment, and not what came before. But certainly nothing happens by chance. And it's Krishna's arrangement that he took part in it. But yes, well, the point you are making is valid, that and it may make us wonder, but how did they get opportunity to the same with the Battle of Kurukshetra? All these Kurus, they are fighting against Krishna. Duryodhana is Kali personified. They say that when we studied the Bhagavatam, when we came at the 12th canto, and there you have also the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty is described and so on. And Krishna is going back to the spiritual world. He's leaving. And then Bhurijan Prabhu said, Krishna's pastimes are like a traveling road show. And they go from once they perform a drama or in one city and they go to another city and perform the same drama. And after the drama is finished, they all take up their custom, all their decorations, their clothes, and they become the normal person again. So Bhurijan Prabhu said, yes, factually they are all devotees of Krishna, and they are performing the pastime, and then they go and after it's finished, they go all to the next universe to perform the same drama, but with different aspects, with different, with minor details, Bhurijan Prabhu said. And that indication is there that we know that Arjuna is an eternal associate with Krishna who travels from universe to universe to facilitate Krishna speaking Bhagavad Gita and so on. And that is what Bhurijan Prabhu said. Does that help?
Maharaj, one thing you said they're going to next universe to take part. That time whoever elevated and fortunate go back to Goloka, they will take also part in that universe. The soul. Some soul is get permission to go back to Goloka. They before go to Goloka, they have to take part in Leela, Krishna Leela in this material world. They will join with them.
That it's always a combination. There are Nitya Siddhis who come from the spiritual world, and there are those who are eternally traveling with Krishna. But all these associates who travel with Krishna, that is for them that's also a spiritual experience. They don't have, they don't become engrossed in matter. They are eternal associates, and it's their service.
Okay.
That's what I understood. Of course, there are also others who take part occasionally to become purified. That's also there. It's all, and usually it's a mixture. Yeah. But it's interesting. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
So here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, he approached with a desire to take Krishna and Balaram away. Because he promised, Kamsa, I will bring you them. Because Kamsa was hopeless. He sent so many demons and became very depressed and morose. And then Pralamba appeared and said, and said to Kamsa, Kamsa, I will bring you Krishna and Balaram. And Kamsa said, Kamsa was not impressed. He said, he killed all my associates. And what are you saying? And Palampa said, don't worry, I have a plan that I will bring you Krishna and Balaram. So anyway, his plan was here, to become a cowboy in disguise and approach with a desire to take Krishna and Balaram away. He approaches them to take them away. Shiv Goswami, Sukadev now describes an extraordinary pastime showing Balaram's power. So we will hear Balaram will kill a demon here, not Krishna this time. Text 18. Tam vitvana pidasaro bhagavan sarvadakshana amvamo datatatsakyam vadam tasya vishintayam. Since the Supreme Lord Krishna, who had appeared in the Dasara dynasty, sees everything, he understood who the demon was. Still, the Lord pretended to accept the demon as a friend, while at the same time seriously considering how to kill him. Can someone read the commentary of Vishwanath and Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami?
Chakravati Thakur, 1818. Krishna accepts Pralambas as a cowherd boy, thinking, I will now kill him in this way. Jiva Goswami. Sukadeva mentioned Pralamba's name was in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:1 to show that he was one of the main afflictors of the Yadu dynasty. Killing him would be most beneficial for the Yadus. Therefore, Krishna is called Dasara, a member of the Yadu family. How did Krishna recognize him? Krishna is omniscient, Sarvadasana, because he is Bhagavan. He then thought of the way to kill him. He treated Pralamba as a friend.
Yep.
Sanatan Goswami. Krishna was the moon in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty, Dasaha. The term indicates that as the brother, he wanted to spread the fame of Balaram. Or Sukadeva mentioned Pralamba name was in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:1 to show that he was one of the main afflictors of the Yadu dynasty. Killing him would be most beneficial for the Yadus. Krishna sees everything and then asks Sarvadasana, or is mean he from who everybody knowledge arise, or is mean he is a home, the conclusion of all the six dasana like Vaisesika reside. This is because he is Bhagavan, directly the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he knows what Paralama was doing. Still, he began to consider carefully with Chitayan how to kill him. In order to give Balaram fame, I will have Balaram mount the demon's soldiers. Balaram will then kill him. He can be on my side and I will lose. Then he will have to carry Balaram. He thought in this way. The Prasa Sarvadasana support this meaning. The Lord knows everything done in the past and everything in the future. Thus, he accepts the stranger among them as his friend. If he become friends with Balaram, he would not be able to carry Balaram.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
So Lord Krishna had an entire plan that, and we will see if Krishna has a plan, a desire, it's already factual. That we have also, we saw that also when Krishna showed Arjuna the universal form, and universal form was eating Bhishma, Dev, Dronacharya, and so that. So Krishna had a plan. When Krishna desires something, it will manifest, and we'll see how this plan will manifest. That it's now 4:30. And we will have a break till 4:45 and then read the last 10 verses or more of this pastime. Thank you. So.
Recording stopped.
Hare Krishna. So we will continue. Can start recording again.
Recording in progress.
So 10, 18, 19, text 19. Tatro paruya gopalan Krishna praha viharavit ego paviharishyamo tvantvi puya yatha yatam. Can someone read, please? Translation and purport.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Krishna who knows all Krishna who knows all sports and games, then called together the cowherd boys and spoke as follows. Hey cowherd boys, let's play now. We will divide ourselves into two even teams. Perfect. The word Yatham means that Krishna naturally wanted the two teams to be evenly matched so that there would be a good game. In addition to the pleasure of sporting, the purpose of the game was to kill the demon Pralamba.
Yeah, that was the hidden purpose. That text 20. Tata Shakro Parivrido Koparama Janardano Krishna Sangatina Kichit Asan Ramasya Chapare. Yeah, can someone read the translation?
The cowherd boys chose Krishna and Balaram as the leaders of the two parties. Some of the boys were on Krishna's side and others joined Balaram.
Yeah, you can also read the purpose of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Shiv Goswami.
Parivradho means the two heroes. Some went to the side of Krishna and the others to the side of Balaram. Jiva Goswami, the boys were followers of either Krishna or Balaram. Though they had equal friendship with the boys, however, to produce rasa in the game, Krishna had boys of Balaram's group in his group and Balaram had Krishna's boys in his group. The friendship of Balaram and Krishna, however, remained intact. Similarly, it is described in Harivamsa during water games that Balaram had Krishna's sons on his side and Krishna had Balaram's son on his side. Thus Sridham and others were in Balaram's group. Ram indicates that Balaram would enjoy the game and killing Pralamba. Janardhan indicates that by being requested Ardhana to be a leader by all the boys, Jana, Krishna would fulfill his desire to have Pralamba killed.
Yes. Sanatana Goswami is similar to that, but he writes, on the other side were Krishna's friends like Sridham and Vrishabha, who knew the hints made by Krishna. So it means that Sudam and Vrishabha, they understood Krishna's desire. That very intimate friends. 21. Acheyo vivida krida vahaya vahaka lakshana yatra oranti taro vahanti sa parachita. Yeah, can someone read translation in the purple?
Hare Krishna. The boys played various games involving carriers and passengers. In these games, the winners would climb up on the backs of the losers who would have to carry them. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami quotes the following relevant verse from the Vishnu Puran. Harina Kridanam Nama Bala Kridanakam Tata Parikridata Hiti Sarve Dauda Upagata Yugapada Utpana. They then played the childhood game known as Harina Kridanam, in which each boy paired off with an opponent and all the boys simultaneously attacked their respective rivals.
Harina Kridanam, that's the name of the game. So each boy paired with an opponent. Good. Shiv Goswami says, they then played the children's game called Harina Kridana. Throughout the time would try to reach the goal by leaping like frogs. Okay. Text 22. Vahanto vayamanascha sarayanta sagodanam bandirakam namavatam shachmo Krishna pogama. Can someone read translation and purport, please?
Krishna, yes. Translation. Thus, carrying and being carried by one another, and at the same time tending the cows, the boys followed Krishna to a banyan tree known as Bandi Raka. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami quotes the following verses from Sri Harivamsha, Vishnu Parva 11:18-22, which describe the banyan tree. Dadasha Vikulo Dagra Sakinam Varam Sthitham Darayam Meghabham Nibidham Dara Sanchayahi Gaganardho Shri Takaram Parvata Bhoga Dharinam Nila Chitrang Varnaischa Sevitam Bagubih Kagaihi Palai Pravalai Cha Ganaihi Sendra Chapa Ganopamam Bhavanakara Vitapam Lata Pushpa Sumanditam Vishala Mula Vanantam Pavanam Bodha Dharinam Adipatyam Ivanyesham Tasya Deshasya Shakinam Nam Kurvanam Shubha Karmanam Niravarsham Anatapam Nyagrodham Parvatab Grabham Mandiram Namataha. They saw that best of all trees, which had many long branches, With its dense covering of leaves, it resembled a cloud sitting on the earth. Indeed, its form was so large that it appeared like a mountain covering half the sky. Many birds with charming blue wings frequented that great tree, whose dense fruits and leaves made it seem like a cloud accompanied by a rainbow or like a house decorated with creepers and flowers. It spread its broad roots downward and carried upon itself the sanctioned clouds. That banyan tree was like the lordly master of all other trees in that vicinity, as it performed the all auspicious functions of warding off the rain and the heat of the sun. Such was the appearance of that Nyagrodha tree, known as Bhandira, which seemed just like the peak of a great mountain.
Oh, a big tree that I read Purport of Vishwanath Thakur. They came to a place with a banyan tree called Bandiraka. It was convenient to use the branches of the banyan to mount on the shoulders of the defeated boys, so they used it to climb up the shoulder of the defeated boys. Though that was the most convenient place, they mounted on each other's shoulders near that place. Jiva Goswami. The loser would carry the winner on his shoulder. Bandiraka means the tree called Bandira. Arivamsa describes the banyan tree, and that we read already. That was in the purport. Sanatana Goswami. The loser would carry the winner on his shoulder while herding the cows. The rest is the same. Same description. Text 23. Rama Sangratino Yari Shridama Frishabhadaya Kridayam Chainastam Stan Ho Krishna Dayonipa. Can someone read?
Translation. My dear King Pariksit, when Sridama, Vrisabha, and the other members of Lord Balrama's party were victorious in these games, Krishna and his followers had to carry them. Jiva Goswami 10:18-23. When Sridama and his group won, Krishna and his group had to carry them. Sanatana Goswami 10:18-23. Before it was described that the winners would be carried and the losers would carry their opponent. Hare Krishna.
So now at Bandira, by the will of Krishna, his sight lost in order that Pralamba would carry Balaram, and Balaram's sight would ride on the loser's shoulders. This is described in 2 verses. Adya indicates Subal and others. This was the very nature of the childhood pastimes, Kridayam. O King, Sukadev cries out in astonishment at how the Lord is controlled by his devotees. 24. Uvaha Krishna Bhagavan Shridamanam Parajita Vrishabam Bhatrasenastu Palamboroini Sutam. Summary translation, purport, please.
Thank you. Translation. Defeated, the Supreme Lord Krishna, carried Sridama. Bhadrasena carried Vrishabha, and Pralamba carried Balram, the son of Rohini. One may ask how Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, can be defeated by his boyfriends. The answer is that in his original form, God has a most playful nature and occasionally enjoys submitting to the strength or desire of his loving friends. A father may sometimes playfully fall down on the ground when struck by his beloved little child. These acts of love give pleasure to all parties. Thus, Sri Dama agreed to ride on Lord Krishna's shoulders to please his beloved friend who happened to be Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So we see the attitude of these coward boys. Sridham did not desire to ride on Krishna's shoulders out of joy. No, he agreed to ride on Krishna's shoulder to please Krishna. That's a different mentality. Shiva Goswami, they joked, your Bhagavan has been defeated by his people of Raj. Balaram is called the son of Rohini, since Pralamba did not know about his power. Sanatana Goswami, Krishna is Bhagavan, he shows qualities like being controlled by the devotees. Or how could Sridham tolerate having Krishna carry him? He is Bhagavan, most fond of fun. However, he is also one's dear life, Krishna. In order to have his fun, everything depends on the affection of the devotee. The son of Rohini is mentioned because Pralamba thought that Balaram was completely different from Krishna. Thus he thought of killing Balaram because he was irritated by the affectionate relationship of the two. So, envy. Material envy. Just a moment. Avishayam Manyamanam Krishnam Danava Pungava Fahandutataram Pagat Avarohanataparam. Can someone read the translation, the purport, and also Vishwanath Bhakti Thakur's purport?
Translation. Considering Lord Krishna invincible, that foremost demon, Pralamba, quickly carried Balarama far beyond the spot where he was supposed to put his passenger down. Purport. Pralamba wanted to carry Balarama out of Lord Krishna's sight so that he could cruelly attack him. Vishwanath Thakur, thinking that Krishna would be difficult to conquer, Pralamba went on Krishna's side in order to take away. Pralamba carried Balarama in a different direction from the place he was supposed to carry him. He went somewhere else to escape from the sight of Krishna.
Okay, that was Pralamba's inner intention. So I will read Shiva Goswami's purport. Why did Pralamba not try to kill Krishna, the main enemy of Kamsa? Pralamba considered him invincible. In order that Balaram could kill the demon, Krishna covered Balaram's power and made his own power more prominent. Thus Pralamba went on Krishna's side and carried Balaram. He did this because he was the foremost among the demons, Danava Pungava. Superior in strength, he carried him away from a place in order to put Balaram down far from the Bandira. So he considered Krishna invincible. He killed also many demons. That he was careful with Krishna. His plan was to kill first Balaram. Okay, that from the Vishnu Purana. Those who were defeated carried the victors on their shoulders to Bandira, banyan tree, and then back again. Pralamba, however, ran quickly up to Balaram on his shoulders, and not staying there, quickly went off, like a cloud with the moon. Vishnu Puran 5.9, 15, 16. 60. Sanatana Goswami repeats Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is disciple of Sanatana Goswami. This Shiva Goswami tells the same, but Shiva Goswami at the end he says here, so Sanatana Goswami at the end here says, why did he carry him far away? He thought that he could not do anything in the presence of Krishna, Avishyan. Though he was the best of the demons, though he wanted to kill them both, he concluded he would kill only Balaram. So he concluded, Krishna is not my match, but I will take care of Balaram. Text 26. Tamutvaham Dharanidarendra Gauravan Mahasuro Vikhatarayanyam Vapun Saastita Prataparichatu Bhavam Tadityuman Udupativat Ivam Buddha.
Translation.
Yes, please.
As the great demon carried Balaram, the Lord became as heavy as a massive Mount Sumeru, and Pralamba had to slow down. He then resumed his actual form, an effulgent body that was covered with a golden ornament and that resembles a cloud flashing with the lightning and carrying the moon. Purport. Here the demon Pralamba is compared to the cloud. His golden ornament is lightning within the cloud, and Lord Balaram to the moon shining through it. Great demon can assume various forms by the exerting their mystic power. But when the Lord spiritual potency curtails their power, they can no longer maintain an artificial form and must again manifest their actual demonic body. Lord Balaram suddenly became as heavy as a great mountain, and although he demon tried to carry him high on his shoulder, he could not go on.
Yes.
Vishwanath Chakravarti.
Yeah, okay. Can read.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Only with a great difficulty was he able to carry Balaram. Would Vahan, because Balaram became heavier than the mountain Sumeru. He became heavy when he saw the Pralamba taking him off to the different place. Being unable to carry Balaram, be slowed down. Instead of showing his strength in the false body, as a covered, he showed huge body dressed in gold, which was like the moon shining through the cloud, light by the lightning. Balaram became heavier. Jiva Goswami. Balaram became heavier than the Mount Meru. When Pralamba went beyond the designated place, Balaram laughed, became atheist, and then worried. Then he became heavy. Pralamba then carried him up higher his shoulder. Utvahan thought he was a big demon. He lost speed. Then he resumed his demon body. Athan Ronyasya Param Param Dana Uttama Vavidesa Malakaya Parvar Siva Palaka. Unable to carry the weight of Balaram, Pralamba increased in size. In huge body was like a monsoon rain cloud. Vishnu Prana.
Thank you for reading.
Hare Krishna.
So Pralamba increased in size. He could not maintain his false form, and his huge body was like a monsoon rain cloud that bluish probably. So that's the same in Sanatana Goswami. Okay, see what happens now. Nirikshatat vapuralam ambarisharat pradipta drishprihukutitatorha damstrakam svalashikam kataka kirita kundala tvisaputam haladara isat atrasat. Can someone read translation and purport?
Yes, Maharaj. When Lord Balram, who carries the plow weapon, saw the gigantic body of the demon as he moved swiftly in the sky with his blazing eyes, fiery hair, terrible teeth, reaching towards his scowling brows, and an amazing effulgence generated by his arm-length crown and earrings, the Lord seemed to become a little frightened. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains, Lord Baladeva's so-called fear as follows. Balram was playfully acting out the role of an ordinary cowherd boy, and to maintain the mood of this pastime, he appeared slightly disturbed by the horrible demoniac body. Also, because the demon had appeared as a cowherd boyfriend of Krishna's, and because Krishna had accepted him as a friend, Baladev was slightly apprehensive about killing him. Balaram could also have been worried that since this cowherd boy was actually a demon in disguise, at that very moment another such demon might have been attacking Lord Krishna himself. Thus, the omniscient and omnipotent Supreme Lord Balaram exhibited the pastime of becoming slightly nervous in the presence of the horrible demon Pradamba.
So, Balaram was in the mood of a coward boy. I was so absorbed in it. Then, when that happened, he was first frightened. But yeah, that's also what. But of course, Jiva Goswami writes here, Balaram appeared frightened since he was absorbed in childhood actions as in previous cases. Yeah. Sanatana Goswami. It was amazing because of the glow of his golden ornaments, or he was unusual in being decorated with glowing ornaments. Balaram became slightly frightened at his appearance as part of his childhood pastimes. Or seeing the big demon, he became worried about Krishna since he should kill Pralamba, because he had disguised himself as a coward. Or he feared for Krishna, worrying that there were other demons disguised among his friends. He was thinking maybe it's not the only demon, and the others go to the same experience. Interesting insights by our acharyas. 28. Atagata smritirabhoya rupam balo Atagata smritirabhaya ripum balo Vahaya sartam iva arantam atmanaham Usa anashirasidritena mustina Suradipo girmiva vacha ramasa. Now Krishna Balaram gets his remembrance back. Next read.
Translation. Remembering the actual situation, the fearless Balarama understood that the demon was trying to kidnap him and take him away from his companions. The Lord then became furious and struck the demon's head with his hard fist, just as Indra, the king of the demigods, strikes a mountain with his thunderbolt weapon. Purport. Lord Balarama's powerful fist came crashing down upon the demon's head, just as a huge lightning bolt comes crashing into a mountain, cracking its stone surface into pieces. The words Vihaya Sartham Iva may also be divided Vihayasya Artham Iva, meaning that the demon was flying in the sky on the cosmic path, Vihayas, with the purpose of carrying off Balarama, who was his Artham or object of pursuit.
So, We have
Vishwanath Chakravarti. Am I reading Maharaj?
Yeah, I will read. So, because Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was saying that Balaram forgot his spiritual power, but now was reminded that, so in the same way, Hanuman, he also forgot his powers, but then he was reminded. So we as spirit souls are in the conditioned state, we also forget the power of the soul to connect with the spiritual energy, with bhakti. So I will read Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's comment. When Balaram showed fear, Krishna, who wanted to see some fun, injected into Balaram knowledge of his godly powers. So Krishna did it. He regained his memory. In the Vishnu Purana, Krishna says to Balaram to help him recollect his powers. O soul of all, secret of all secrets, why are you acting like a human now? He struck the enemy, who was taking him away, as if stealing some wealth, Artam, in the heavens via Yasya, just as Indra strikes a mountain with his thunderbolt. Balaram was like Indra, the demon was like the mountain, and the blow of his fist was like a thunderbolt. So, we have here Jiva Goswami. At the end he says, he remembered the purpose of his appearance as an avatar was to kill the demons. Balaram hit the demon with his fist, like Indra striking a mountain with his thunderbolt. And Sanatana Goswami. Then Atta, he immediately regained his memory when Krishna spoke to him. O soul of all beings, why are you, the most secret among all secrets, acting like an ordinary human? So, at the end, he struck the demon with his fist, hard and never useless, always successful. Just as a thunderbolt strikes a mountain, Indra previously removed wings from mountains with his thunderbolt and made their hard bodies fall from the sky. 29. Sahata sapadivishir namastako mukavamam hudiram apasmito suraha maharavam vyasurapatat samirajan kiryata maghavata ayudatatu. Summary translation.
Hare Krishna. Thus, smashed by Balarama's fist, Pralamba's head immediately cracked open. The demon vomited blood from his mouth and lost all consciousness. And then, with a great noise, he fell lifeless on the ground, like a mountain devastated by Indra.
You can read also all the other purpose. Vishwanath.
The demon fell down as if afflicted by the disease of epilepsy. Apasmriti. As he died, he let out a terrible sound. Jiva Goswami. Apasmritaha means he developed symptoms like epilepsy. Sanatan Goswami. Apasmritaha means he developed symptoms like epilepsy or he fainted. The huge body fell from the sky, suddenly like mountain struck by Indra's thunderbolt.
So he fell from the sky. He brought him into the sky. Tristva palambam niyatam balena balasadina gopasu vishmita asan sadhu satvitivadina. Can someone read translation?
Hare Krishna. The cowherd boys were most astonished to see how the powerful Balarama had killed the demon Kalamba, and they exclaimed, "Excellent, excellent."
Yeah.
Jiva Goswami.
Yeah.
The boys were astonished because the demon had disguised himself as a cowherd boy.
Yes, thank you. And so, Sanatana Goswami, the boys were astonished because the demon had disguised himself as a cowherd boy. Now he seemed to be a demon. So, Bala Salina means by Balaram, who had the quality of praising Krishna's strength. He thought, I've killed this demon because of Krishna's powers. The cowherd boys were amazed at his great devotion to Krishna. So Balaram was thinking, I've killed it by Krishna's powers. Krishna Jagatpati Prabhu.
Maharaj, what was his fate? Pralambasur, was he liberated? That was my question.
Oh,
was he got the liberation?
That I don't know if that's mentioned further in the purport. Usually these demons, they get impersonal liberation, but there are exceptions. That it depends on their previous life also. That you had the first demon Krishna killed was what was her name? Putana. She got a position in the spiritual world because she was approaching Krishna with she wanted to kill Krishna, but she wanted also to feed him. She had motherly feelings for Krishna. And Krishna took the good thing. That it didn't consider a bad motive. It took the good motive and gave her the position as a nurse in the spiritual world. But before it was the sister of Bali Maharaj. And as a sister of, I think it was a sister, and she was thinking when Vamandev appeared for Bali Maharaj, and then she felt motherly affection for Vamandev. But when Vamandev took everything away from Bali Maharaj, she wanted to kill him. And therefore she appeared as Bhutan with these two motives. But Krishna took only the love side. So it depends if we knew his previous lives, but we could see, maybe our acharyas know, but I don't know. But at least demons killed by Krishna, they get the liberation in the Brahma Jyoti, impersonal liberation. Of course, that's temporary, but they get that liberation, they become purified. So my answer is I don't know. Because I don't know the whole picture. Keshav Jagatpati Prabhu. Okay. Okay. 31. But maybe there is more in the Puranas. I'm reading some Puranas now and amazing stories but in this life we don't have even time to read all the Puranas. Somewhere there may be an indication and someone may know it. 10:18:31. Ashisho bihinantastam pashasam sustataranam pratyagatam ivalingya prema vivala shetasa. Can someone read, please? Translation.
They offered Balarama profuse benediction and then glorified him, who deserves all glorification. Their minds overwhelmed with ecstatic love They embraced him as if he had come back from the dead.
Yes, very nice. Jiva Goswami. They blessed him by saying, play along with your younger brother and protect us. They offered the blessings profusely on all sides. They blessed him, praised him, and embraced him out of prema. That Sanatan Goswami. They gave the benediction. May there be affection between you two brothers. Play happily with your younger brother in Vraj always, and protect us. May you have victory everywhere. By wealthy, have sons and live happily with your family. In this way they inspired thoroughly Abhiginanta. Balaram who was worthy of blessings, Artanam. Or they praised him, being worthy of him. The cause of all this is that they were filled with the joy of prema. That the joy of prema, that text 32. Pape pralambe niyata deva parana nifritaha abhyavaksam balam malye sasam sadhu satviti. So, can someone read?
Translation.
Yeah.
A shameful Pralamba, having been killed, the demigods felt extremely happy, and they showered flower garlands upon Lord Balarama and praised the excellence of his deed.
Yeah, because some of these demigods, this also disguised as boys to play with Krishna. That so devotees became very blissful, and the idea is that we who are going to this pastime should also become blissful now, if we are really attracted to Krishna. So Pralamba was sinful in causing violence to the world. He was completely killed. This means he attained liberation. So he attained liberation is confirmed here. That yeah. So some got liberation in Brahman, Adarshana Malam, and some got Vaikuntha, Nialam Tadiyam. So he got liberation, but what liberation is not mentioned here, but that, yeah. Then Sanatana Goswami. Not only were the boys satisfied, the devatas were most blissful. Pralamba was sinful in causing violence to the world. He was completely killed. This means he attained liberation. That all the same. Let's see, we will maybe learn more. All these, by being killed by the Lord, will attain something beneficial or suitable for them, a condition of no more birth, a condition of absolute absence or liberation. Some got liberation in Brahmana Darshnamalam, some got Vaikuntha Nialam Tadiyam. Dantavraka was cursed by a sage to take 3 births as a demon and return to Vaikuntha. Naraka was born of the Lord Vara and the earth. Rukmi was the brother of Rukmini. The king Virata, and Matsya was friend of the Pandavas. These persons, by relationship with the Lord, attained Vaikuntha. They all attained Vaikuntha, is said here. That, however, these friends are grouped with the others, since they all attained freedom from samsara. Or Pralamba and others attained liberation, and Dantavraka and others attained Vaikuntha. So, Tadiyam Nialam. So, the Sanskrit is a bit tricky, but this is from Sanatana Goswami, It says Sanskrit may attain Pralamba, attain liberation, and the others, they have attained Vaikuntha. So that is Sanatana Goswami. Thus ends the purpose of the humble servants of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada to the 10th canto, 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Balaram slays the demon Pralamba. So Pralamba is killed. Mother Murti Shri, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj Dandavat. Are we reading from this? Is it Symphony of Commentaries?
Is it?
Symphony of Commentaries. What are we reading this?
These are
Did you assemble?
No, these are the commentaries of our previous acharyas, translated by Bhanu Maharaj, Bhanu Swami. He translated it, yeah. But later you can also later it was also published in books. So you can also buy books. But you see, sometimes there are some errors in the language, because probably he did not write it personally. Well, it was edited by others. But anyway, it was Bhanu Maharaj himself who sent it to me. Is that okay, Murtishi?
Okay. But this is, what is the name of the publication?
The name of the publication. But this is not a public document. This is sent to me by Bhanu Maharaj, his personal work. That it's not published, but it has been published afterwards in books, in book form, for each of the acharyas, commentators. You can look at the website of BLS. All Bhanu Maharaj books are there, and there you can see, you can find the books. But this was an internal document that he shared with me already 10 years ago, and I'm still using it.
It's a very compact, nice thing, but Acharya's comments one after one coming.
Yeah.
It will be very nice if he can get this.
Yeah, I can send it to you if you. But
Radhika Nagar Prabhu.
Okay, I sent it to him, and you can get it, no problem. It's an internal document for study only.
Very nice.
Good.
Thank you.
Yadaraj Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have a question. Here, any reason why Pralamba was killed by Balaram, not by Krishna? Is there any reason?
Yes, and these reasons are in the commentaries that we read. First, there is the desire of Krishna. That's the first reason. Desire of Krishna, that he killed so many demons, but now he wanted Balaram to kill a demon and show his power. He wanted to glorify Balaram. That was a reason. That the second reason is, but that's not a reason of Krishna, that's the reason of Pralamba. Pralamba, he had a desire to kill Balaram. So he had to deal with Balaram. And Balaram had to defend himself and kill the demon. So these are the reasons of our previous acharyas. There may be other reasons. What do you think, Yadaraj Krishna? Do you see other reasons?
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. I appreciate. I think, like what Maharaj said, because we saw in the purport that Pralamba thought he wants to kill Balaram. Krishna was not, he said, not match with him, so he wanted to kill Balaram. But Maharaj said the first reason that Krishna wants to glorify Balaram. So I think,
Yeah,
could be it.
he wanted Balaram to also kill a demon.
Yeah.
Not only himself, because the difference between Krishna and Balaram is that Krishna is black, Balaram is white. Otherwise, they are the same. Of course, Balaram sees himself as a servant of Krishna. But their powers are the same.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Ananda Dulai Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, Paralamba get reparations. Other like Dharmastaka go to Vaikunta. Well, the liberation means you will take birth again in the material world. Liberation means don't have a material desire. That is the liberation. He will take a birth again in this earth. He will form as a devotee.
Yeah.
Right, Maharaj?
Well,
okay, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, it's true. They are liberation means impersonal liberation. They merge with the Brahma Jyoti, and it's nice. It's also in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and Gop Kumar is going to the Brahma Jyoti, and it's nice. It's finally no suffering, peace, a good feeling. But what's the problem? The soul needs action. After 10,000 years in the Brahma Jyoti, it's nothing to do, it's boring. And they want action. Therefore, they have to come back. They have to come back like that. Because it's our nature to be active. If you come, like someone gets liberation, he gets out of the hospital. What do you do when you are cured? You are out of the hospital. You stay hanging out in the hospital. No, you go back to your normal activities, your work, your activities. The same with the soul. Liberation is being cured from material disease, but then you have to go back to your natural activities of the soul and serve Krishna. So that is the point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go. We are the end of the Pralamba of the Pralamba Sur. Demon Pralanda, and Balaram slayed the demon Pralamba, and then tomorrow we will hear about the swallowing the forest fire, an amazing chapter, but a short chapter. It's only 16 texts, so maybe tomorrow we will go a little longer, but we will finish it, I think, tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to see online, and please read the next chapter ahead. Then you can think about questions. We can have nice discussions. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Recording stopped.